So tell me about the changes that you've seen in the neighborhood. When you first moved in, was it were there any blight issues? Or was it a relatively nice neighborhood?
No, the only blight issues. They didn't allow black folks to go through that park up there.
Which park?
Central.
Oh, the Tatnall.
That was the park. You couldn't go up there. Couldn't even walk through there.
When did the neighborhood start to decline? Do you remember what?
In the late 50s, started declining.
And was there any particular cause of it? Was it, just different sorts of neighbors moving in, or was it just people neglected their properties, or what was?
People start when drugs came in here. It might not have been in the late 50s, it might have been in the early 60s.
Sure.
When that happened, when they started having drugs coming in, neighbors started going down, and didn't stop.
And it pretty much stayed kind of in decline from the 60s until they started to work here in 2000? Or did it ever get better again?
It got better, and then it started getting, they didn't move out. The folks in the neighborhood, they started using drugs too.
Sure.
Not all of them, but some of them. Most of them.
So the drugs came back probably in what, the 80s or the?
About the 90s.
Okay.
Yes.
When you were living here and they first started to announce the big plan to save Bill's Hill and to, what were you?
My mama and father lived right around on the corner, lived on Jackson Street.
Right.
1825 Jackson Street. That's where they were living. Well, that's where I was living until '63.
Sure. But when they say it in 2000, 2001, Mayor Ellis was there in office and they started to talk about revitalizing this neighborhood.
That's Peter Brown.
Peter Brown, right.
Peter Brown.
What was your thoughts at that time? Did you think this is what they need to do, or did you?
Yes, my sister passed on, and he came around and talked with us, and I thought if there was somebody gonna send their daughter from New York to Macon to go to school,
yeah,
you got to do something. They cleaned it out. Cleaned it up.
Are there still problems today in the neighborhood, or is it now pretty safe?
Well, it has been pretty safe here. It never did anything, not yet. But the drug folks, at one time, they like to took control of it.
Sure. But now they've all been pushed out, or?
Well, you see some every now and then, but they be doing something because too much traffic in the house coming to and fro.
But you see, historic making continues to either fix up or knock down older houses that have, and then replace them.
It's kind of good, doing real good. The only thing is, they won't tell the truth about it.
They won't tell it? Or?
They won't tell the truth. They'll promise you something and won't do it. Like, like the sidewalks. And that's not our fault.
Right.
And not sure because you weren't even here.
Sure.
But all the streets that they got sidewalks. You know what? You know who live there? Lives on that street.
Yeah.
White folks. I'm telling like it is. White folks. But the ones that don't have sidewalks, black folks live in that area. And they still do.
Do you think that's deliberate, or is it just one of their things?
No. Oh yeah, that's deliberate. Oh yeah.
Have you complained to the city about this, or the government about why do some neighbors get sidewalks and some don't?
That was for our time. When we moved here, they had sidewalks.
Right.
When they built when they didn't just put the sidewalk in after I come along.
Right.
They was already here.
Right, but you're saying now today.
But I did tell them several times, and whoever was in charge, and we put in for them later.
Yeah.
We have a meeting every month. The Cross Railroad seminar.
So are you saying that